There's a reason for why so many YouTube channels recommend to disappear for 1 month, half a year, or even 1 year and to come back as a completely new person. So, why is that? Stick with me, I'm going to explain why. Hi and welcome to another video from Finde dein Wofür. Today I want to talk about the topic letting go, dropping, detaching, disappearing, changing, all of that. When you come from manifesting something, having a desire, you might be confused about these sayings. You have to let go your desire, you have to drop everything, you have to even disappear. So why do they say this? What's in there? When we start out and we have a desire and we are in the needing and in the wanting of it, we always have difficulties to understand and to grasp and to accept that indeed the detaching from the needing and the wanting is necessary. And I have an analogy for you, and this analogy could be a puzzle piece for you to understand what it really means to detach or to drop your desire. First of all, it never means that you have to detach or disconnect from your desire itself. It means that it's like a seed that you plant into the earth, and you have the trust and the knowing that this seed will unfold as a tree or a flower, whatever you have bought to plant and to see it growing. Of course, you don't go there and you grab the earth and you look if it's working or not. But when it comes to your desires, then because you are actually the seed itself and you cannot see what's unfolding out of you, you always try to grasp and to understand and to help with your control to make the seed you are bloom, to make it change, like to control the outcome. But that is meant with you have to drop the need of control, you have to drop your distrust, and you really have to come into the knowing that you, when you are the source of it, when you are the seed itself, there is no need to control. Indeed, when they say when you disappear, when you detach, when you drop, then it's completely powerful. Why is that? When you plant the seed, and you know you are the power, you are the source, and you know this desire is just a notification that this thing, person, circumstance is you, is coming out of your consciousness, and you already have it, it's already yours. It means there is no need for control because the desire unfolds naturally out of you. Like nature is showing us, it's no need to go into the wood and to control how the trees are growing. They just grow. Nature is unfolding 24/7. And that's also why we feel so good when we go into nature, because it just is. And it just grows and it just unfolds. And it's just doing its thing like it's meant to be. And you know what? Nature is also just consciousness, like you. Everything is consciousness. Everything is the same. Everything is the same power. Everything works with the same principle. Everything is just unfolding out of itself. So when you remember that, and actually you are doing it conscious or unconsciously when you are in nature, that you are also this unfolding, then you can grasp better the understanding of dropping it. Because then you let the seed, which has everything inside, like the seed of a tree or a flower, has everything inside to bloom, to unfold. You don't have to do anything with that. But what we do, because we have forgotten or we don't know how our true nature works, we go there and we we grab it out of the bottom. We bring ourselves out of the state we have imagined to be and try to control the outcome. So every time we look, we change what we want to see, because we say, no, I actually don't trust that this seed I've planted will bloom, will unfold. I have to go there and I have to do something with it. But imagine you have this little tiny plant, this little thing, this little piece that has all of the power it needs, and you try to pull it out and you try to make it grow faster than it has actually planted inside of itself, then you put a lot of pressure on it and you actually try to change the way how it wants to unfold. When people say, drop what you have decided, just let it and live your life, enjoy your life. It's like you have planted the seed for your tree, for the flower, and you just sit in your garden and you just enjoy every part of the unfolding. You enjoy when you see the first green pieces of the plant, and of course sometimes you go there and you put a little water over it, or you put little sticks in it so it can wrap around it, and you make sure that the surrounding is okay. But imagine, even when it's not the garden, when it's the wood or a park outside, there's no one and goes there to control every plant which is in there. It would be just too much. And that's the same with you when you try to micromanage the whole unfolding. That's why dropping everything or disappearing is so powerful, because you disappear from the outcome, from your expectations. You detach from the control. You let the seed grow, and you don't go there and make every second a new assumption about how it grows and if it grows and so on. So the seed can unfold naturally and is not delayed or destroyed or whatever. I mean, destroyed is maybe not the right word, because sometimes we see plants can even grow on the street between two stones, and no one can imagine how they can come through this hard stone. But yeah, nature finds its way, and it's the same with you. So I'm really glad that I have now experienced, and I'm now grasping what it's meant with disappearing, because finally have the courage to turn your back to the already manifested circumstances, and you go full in. And you can even say go full in means you go full inwards, because that's where your seed grows, that's where everything unfolds, and you are not looking to what was before, because it had already bloomed, it had its time, but you are now creating something different and you give it the space to show up, to reveal itself to you. That's why people come back after a retreat, a longer retreat, or after they were in these monastery retreats where they don't have their phone, when they just sit in silence and they disconnect to the quote-unquote outer world. It's all the same. They let this outer world, this part of you, because this is also the physical world, the world of matter is a part of you, but you let this die out in its own way, in its own time, and you give more attention to what's going on inside of you. So everything has space to unfold like you always had wished it would be. So of course, when people come back from all these retreats or time where they had disconnected and they were only in nature, whatever they did, they let this already manifested world do its thing, and they completely create the new circumstances, the new world of matter they want to experience. And now I understand, because I'm aware of that, I'm the source of it, that it's completely okay to say, okay, that's what I want, that's my desire, okay, and I know I have it, and maybe you have an imaginary scene to that, and then just let it. And it must come to pass, it must reveal itself, because it's you. You just become aware of this whole thing, and finally you have the courage to unpack your desire, which is always there. And my recommendation for you is to become more and more aware of who you are, to drop everything else, every need of being a certain identity or character or whatever. You are not the character, you are not the identity, you are the source of everything, you are awareness. And when you do that, it's becoming more easy and easy to let your desires unfold naturally, because the needing and the wanting is just coming out of an identity that doesn't know about itself, that doesn't know it's the seed, it's the source. I think it imagines or identifies itself more as the one who has to control how the seed is growing. But if you let that go and you let the seed unfold and bloom, imagine how wonderful your whole garden will bloom. And if you want to be guided by me through your unfolding, then reach out to me. I have a Self-Realization Masterclass upcoming on the 14th of June. You find all this in the description box. If you liked that video, subscribe if you want to know more about my teachings. And for now, have a wonderful day, enjoy going in nature, and see you soon. Bye.